Hello again. What did I hear? I know. I did a video about a week ago and I talked about a man that was severely beaten by 20 or 30 of the African persuasion. Yeah, he went and tried to help and stop two girls from fighting, and then a whole swarm of these savages jumped him. According to what's been reported, his hospital bill exceeds $200,000. He had 2 broken eye sockets, he had a brain bleed, he had broken ribs. And there wasn't anyone protesting. I also spoke about the 2 police officers, the one black police officer and the one white police officer in Mississippi, in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. No one's protesting. Yeah, there were 2 black brothers that were arrested, and I think 2 others were also black. They were also arrested, complicit in the crime. And then you got Michael at a commencement speech, and Michael's bitching that people thought that they were to help. She's got to stop race baiting. Is that appropriate to give to a graduating class? To talk about people thinking that they were help? I got a question. How is that even remotely possible with Secret Service swarming around these 2 freaks? How is that even remotely possible? You know, when they go anywhere, there's an advanced team that's sent. Like if they want to go and impress people by going to a pizzeria, there's an advanced team that's sent. And they notify the store owners that these 2 freaks with those stolen kids might pop in. So how is it possible that anyone would think that the chosen one with the floppy ears and that freak he drags along with him, Michael, would be help? She really needs to stop. And the next time blacks get killed by white policemen for committing countless crimes that they seem to always commit, there better not be any protests. Because the whites need to protest. They need to protest how they're being abused by this black, controlled, dysfunctional, criminal administration. When whites protect the citizens, like they tried to do in Baltimore, and you got a whacked out black mayor, Stephanie Burke, and you got a whacked out black, inexperienced district attorney like Marilyn Mosby, and you got a whacked out Department of Justice, the DA, Loretta Lynch. She can't wait. The problem is that whole department is mainly black. So what are you going to do? Blame everything that you create falsely, like they did in Ferguson, Missouri? You destroyed the livelihood of Officer Darren Wilson. No one's thinking about him. You name a park after that freak, the gentle giant that tried to strong-arm a store owner, tried to take away Officer Darren Wilson's service weapon. What do you think would have happened if he would have gotten that service weapon? We'd have another officer funeral. That's what would have happened. I almost puked when Bill de Blasio in New York spoke about Officer Moore at his funeral, a 25-year-old cut down by a savage. It's crazy, folks. This country is being destroyed by this usurper who was put into power to do exactly what he's doing. He's got that freak, Michael, running around, stirring the pot, turning whites against blacks, blacks against whites with her it's, not her, it's idiotic comments. Why doesn't someone demand a DNA on the President of the United States and on Michael so we can see the male hormones screaming throughout his body? Why doesn't someone demand the DNA on those two kids that don't belong to them? I don't want to pick on the kids, but what the hell are we supporting them for with Secret Service protection and letting them spend hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s on vacations? The whole thing is insane. You know, if you read this in a book, you wouldn't believe it. Who the hell would believe it? They started a GoFundMe for the gentleman that is going to have a hospital bill well north of $200,000. People might want to donate to that. The whole thing is insane. This administration has empowered blacks to do whatever the hell they want to do. Has Dorian Johnson been punished for going out and creating that narrative, hands up, don't shoot? Has Lewis Head, the stepfather of Michael Brown, been prosecuted for creating a riot that burned down countless structures in Ferguson, Missouri? Has the Governor Nixon of Missouri, been held accountable for the comments that he made when he wanted to prosecute Officer Darren Wilson before the evidence was even presented? Has the governor been held accountable for holding back the National Guard and letting them watch as Ferguson was set ablaze? How come none of them are being prosecuted for their crimes? Yet these officers in Baltimore that didn't do anything wrong are all being hung out to dry. If you take a look at the videos of when the suspect was arrested, Freddie Gray couldn't walk. His neck was broken by the officer that put his knee on his neck. The only reason an officer would put their knee on someone's neck is because they're resisting arrest. The whole thing is a sham to appease the savages. And what do you think's going to happen to Baltimore if these officers are not found guilty of a crime that they didn't commit? Oh, Baltimore is going to be obliterated, as will countless other cities, by these savages. You've got Obama bringing in hundreds of thousands of Syrian refugees when the FBI said that they have no way of vetting them. We're getting the head of the FBI telling us that there's terrorists among us, thousands of terrorists among us. These people are not normal. Normal people don't cut people's heads off. These people do. Do you not think maybe the brake should be put on this immigration program of the chosen one? Are you going to wait until malls, slaughters occur in our major malls? Is that when people are going to wake up and put the brakes on this immigration program? Where are the federal judges? Where's our Congress? On vacation again? Or are they touring the world at your expense? Show me one congressman that hasn't toured the world. What the hell do we need congressmen from any state in other states? You don't. It's just a big boondoggle to these elitists. I went off on a whole lot of different areas. How many of you are going to watch this entire video, or is it too much time invested on your part? The whole thing is insane. America is in its death throes. That's sort of what I think. And you know what? Based on the limited number of people that view my videos, and I appreciate those that have subscribed, but after more than 3 years, after more than 8,000 videos, you'd think I'd have more followers. The truth is, most people don't give a damn. They could care less. That's sort of what I think.